Hello, Divine Feminines. I hope you are doing better than me. Sometimes me and full moons go together, and sometimes we just don't. And this one is right across from my natal moon, so I'm not feeling great. It's just like the intensity goes way up on things. So I hope you are doing well. The last couple readings I've done have been, I felt like really breakthrough readings, just a lot of information coming through, a lot of new information coming through. Still on King of Cups here. King of Pentacles has been coming out a lot. Oh, I'm going to get animal signifiers real quick. I don't know. I like doing these. I had a hummingbird in my garage the other day. Okay, let's see what energies feminine, masculine are showing up in. You have otter spirit. You are never alone. He has squirrel spirit. Believe in yourself. So cute. I love the little ears. Oh, and then dolphin spirit. This and that are true. That's very high vibrational. And this was like the second card yesterday on the bottom, I think. Elephant spirit, learn from the past. I think he's trying to. I really, really think he's trying to learn from the past. So let's get into it. These are beautiful energies, especially divine feminines. You know, I love that energy because, yes, there are two otters on that card in the shape of a heart, but I feel like it's you understanding that spirit is always, moving to and through you. And breaking up that codependency a little bit, the fear of being alone. Look at, like, the truth of who you are. This is the most spiritual card in the deck, and in my opinion. And whenever we have the dolphin, so it says this and that are true. The higher you go up on the emotional scale, the more you understand that yes and no can be true in any situation. It's a very, very weird stage to get through. But it just opens up all of these possibilities. It's like how you understand that you're physically separated but spiritually one person, right? And he's got believe in yourself, which is, healing of the false matrix, the healing of the you're not good enough energy, which is beautiful energy. 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, 4 of Swords, which I saw a couple times. 3 of Wands, 6 of Cups, 2 of Wands, 8 of Swords, 8 of Cups, Fool, Judgment. So Death and 6 of Pentacles. See, we're still, I don't know why I need 2 more cards. We have Strength and 4 of Wands with Knight of Swords, 7 of Cups, Queen of Cups, King of Cups. It's like he's running away from everything. 8 of Cups again here in reverse. We see a return after a period of healing. The big thing with this, which is different than readings that previously or lately, is that we had 8 minor arcana in a row. And then, 4 over here that are major arcana. He really wants to come back and give this another shot. He's actually planning on how to do that. I have a card here. Oopsies. There we go. Okay, so this masculine had a lot of blockages to moving forward, it was like his pain, wounding, blockages, self-sabotaging was so severe. It kept him stuck, like, in a loop. And I feel like he's finally getting out of this. He has finally seen something so clearly. Show me binoculars. In such, like, granular detail. I don't know why they're bringing up sand. It's kind of crazy because they're really highlighting this card, which I think there is sand on the bottom of this, or dirt, whatever. And this blackbird. And it's regarding, you know, running away instead of facing things. And what that is about is surrendering to what is, right? This and that are true. It's a surrender to what is. So we have 4, 4, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 8, 6, 4. So no 9s or 10s here. Death is 13 and strength is 8. So you know, things are lining up here. Yeah, see? Did I say that? Walking away. This is interesting. Okay, well, that's really fascinating. There's like a renewal of self-love here. Really strong. And understanding that jealousy, envy, negative emotions, regret, feeling left out, feeling abandoned, feeling rejected, these are tricks of the mind. Tricks where we've been falsely programmed to think, well, if someone doesn't want us, there's something wrong with us. If somebody can't meet us with love, that's about us, right? A parent, a lover, a friend, a job. If someone can't meet us and appreciate us, that's about us. So this has been a problem that he's been trying to fix. Well, no, he's been running through the cycle. He's been running through the cycles, and now he's at the point where he's seeing it. He's seeing what he's doing. It's like he gets to a certain point of a mountain, right? Which is the relationship, the challenge, whatever. And something that's driving him forward to go seek or to get. And I don't know why they're having me explain it like this when it's really like an attachment issue, right? But sometimes when we just say attachment issue, or we just say anxious avoidant, or we just say this word, it doesn't translate to, like, what they're highlighting is the commitment of the action, okay? So what is kind of tripping him up and you, like they're showing me a mountain on this side, a mountain on this side. You and him came a certain way up the mountain, right? On your respective sides, in hopes that you would meet at the top for a relationship or whatever. So there's a trust. This is such an interesting analogy. There's a trust that it takes to do the work to get up the mountain. And in this analogy they're bringing me through, you're kind of like doing it blind, they're saying, because in this analogy, you're on one side of your mountain and he's on the other side of the mountain, and you are both trusting that you're going up in harmony, concurrently, simultaneously, at the same rate, in the same place, okay? But you can't really see what's going on in his mind. And so when we are in this process of ascension into a new structure, okay, going into a new relationship, and we are trusting that the other person is going there with us, he, at some point, so he's done this many, many times, like beyond you, without you, where he gets to a certain point and then he runs away. It's like his thought pattern that is showing right now is, if she gives me all of this love, right? Queen of Cups, most love, and I stick around, I'm going to lose all the other options. That's what it appears on the surface level, right? So I'll reject her before she rejects me. But really what's there is this fear that when we get to a certain point on the mountain and she can see me, really, right? This is a metaphorical sight, not real. She's going to see that I am unworthy, unlovable, and she is going to reject me. And this is going to be this tremendous pain that I have always felt from whenever, the first rejection, right? I want to heal the problems that were in my family. I want to trust my intuition going up this mountain, right? Because though we make it like there was a card here that reminded me of this. We make it like overly about kind of sex and money, right? But what it's really about is how much you can trust your own intuition, how much you can open up your heart and feel. And the more you feel, the more real it is when somebody rejects you. If you're only playing a game, or you've got many options, right? We had 7 of Cups, and it's not as serious when somebody doesn't love you back, or doesn't choose you, or doesn't pick me, right? Okay, we're gonna look at these. He's been going through mourning. I do not like that card. So we have the full moon card come out. He wants to speak his truth, right? Truth and intuition and romance. There's something very important here about you being a soul family member, and he's very aware that there's a resonance of you as a soul family. There's a resonance of you as a soul mate, as a past life mirror. So it's coming up. There's a lot of strange mirrored energy here, right? With horizons running both this way and this way. And again, I talked about that yesterday. If you haven't watched yesterday's reading, I recommend watching it because I loved it. It really brought through a lot of explanations for me that I was like, wow, this is crazy. So he has to tap into a strength that he really doesn't have. And this full moon seems to be giving him a sort of portal. I really love these. I really love all these cards, colors together. It seems to be tapping into a portal that is somewhat protective for him. Why, Spirit? What is it about this because we have the full moon and the full moon right here in the center of the reading. Very much opening up this understanding of exactly what I went through for 10 minutes here. You know, they're drawing my attention to the shell once again. New moon in Sagittarius and cardinal moon, be bold and make the first move. I feel like a lot of energy about behind him really going towards instead of away. Okay, bring love into the situation, Aquarius. Look at the bigger picture. I swear this is, oh my God, that's so weird. I feel like these two we got yesterday. Look at the bigger picture. That's for you. Surrender to the divine. Win-win outcome is forecast, and your dreams need a practical plan. So we have Aquarius, Sagittarius, Libra, and Taurus here. Don't let pride get in your way. These are his. Luck is on your side. Emotions are running high. Don't let your past hold you back. South Node. There's something that you're both moving away from. Yesterday, they talked about the North Node. Today, it's the South Node. And what you kind of feel intuitively is that there's things in your past that you really want to release or go away from. And yet there's a lot of question marks about what you're going towards. It seems to be the issue here. They're kind of calling you to look from your higher eyes, your spiritual eyes, where you know, you kind of see how you want it to be in the future, and you move towards it in that way. Success, fighting, clinging to the past in reverse, receptivity, participation, inner voice, friendliness. He's having a hard time accepting that he could be a friend to himself, that his intuition is his friend. I think because they're giving me a lot of reasons, but in the past, when he was young, this has been coming up a lot lately. When you're young, you share an auric field with your parent or parent. And I think at that point, he felt intuitively very loved, but it turned very difficult or bad, or there was a lot of pain in it that it had to be undone. And again, when you heal from these things, you go through a pretty big grieving process. And I think at that point he was like, or at some points in his life, it's like maybe what he thought was intuition was his mind. Because I know I went through this. This was very, very long ago now. But I was like, I knew I was intuitive, right? And I would try to work my intuition through my mind. And that doesn't work, right? So you would try to like, I can't really explain it. If you've been through it, you know what I mean. It's like, at some point, it's like to really use your intuition, you have to like just shut your mind off. And I think in his understanding, he was using his mind as like his intuition. Bottom of the deck we have standoff, and he's convinced himself that his intuition would often betray him. I've changed. Will you still like me? People bring your name up. Sagittarius again. I tell my friend about when we were together. Did I wait too long? I couldn't say it, but I felt a lot of the same things you did. Rich thoughts grow money. This is about him understanding. He's reflecting on just what I said, like he sees something in his mind is creating some of his heartache. And that could have to do with trust. You could have said something about trusting, or like, can I trust you? Him saying yes, and then finding out you couldn't, or some kind of trust issues there. Do you ever wonder if this is real? I doubt it sometimes. This is intense. Sometimes my heart feels so full. I do feel heart activation here. Love or above. That's getting out of doubt. Aries, spelled wrong. Okay, sacred geometry. That's the flower of life. I imagine sleeping next to you in the void. That's, I feel like that soul familiarity. Still have your shirt and I wear it. Taurus, healing. Tried to move on and it failed. Sage. Thank you for letting me have my space. Standoff. The Magician. You're on his mind. You see through my mask. Seeing signs and fantasizing. So, I do think that this card, thank you for letting me have my space, is you kind of coming to an understanding about the fact that when we are in an illusion of control, that's very important to us. And to some degree, we all have that. You know, it's a process of surrender to let go of that illusion of control. And it is about fully understanding that, I don't know how to put this because it sounds so weird. Okay, well, they want me to say it like this, so take it as it resonates for you. Nothing going on is really about you. You just make it about you. Nothing going on in the world, nothing going on with anyone else. So that's kind of like an ego death, right? Of course, it's a part of our human nature to feel like we inherently have meaning. So the other part of this, they're bringing up this again, is that they want me to hold this with it. That this and that are true. It's that in your experience, really, oh man, the universe, you're as important as anything else in this universe, and everything is equally as important in the universe to making it what it is. And in your experience, everything's about you because your experience is you. You are your experience of everything. And they really want to point out how very, I guess there's something in this. This is a record keeper. It's a Lemurian violet record keeper. So let's see what it has to say. And I can feel that there was an Atlantean, when I pulled this card, there's an Atlantean energy. So my left eye is feeling a lot of energy. So true wisdom. True wisdom comes from always understanding how powerful you are at creating meaning. You can take anything and make it mean anything. And when we become aware of how powerful ego is in shifting things to make them safe for us and keep us in our like safety, right? When we have trust issues, we have a lot of safety issues. And this is not judgment. I've had a lot of trust issues. I still have some. And they're really like highlighting this card here where we are just receptive. Oh, I didn't realize there was a body. Like this is the Kundalini energy here, and then the Blue Lotus. So in the last 2 days, I've probably seen 20 things about Blue Lotus. All of a sudden, it's crazy. So this kind of throat chakra activation about being able to speak the truth. And so let's ask what truth will be coming through that he is able to speak. So if any of you feel drawn to Blue Lotus, it was something I researched like, I want to say, this is weird, like 3 years ago, almost to the day of today. That's crazy. Okay, so I remember very vividly them bringing Blue Lotus through as a symbol. And here it is. What if you don't accept me for who I really am? I never expected to feel this way about you. I want to be with you. I want to follow my heart. Still healing. I've been learning a lot about spirituality. I picture a life with you. I've had very vivid dreams with you. I can't get you out of my head. You're intimidating. I daydream about you. I'm so tired of sabotaging this connection. All I want to do is talk to you. I'm taking responsibility for my mistakes. So I see a lot of growth in these cards in terms of coming out of victimhood, which is, I want to say the last couple of days has been the major theme. But we all know how challenging that is. Even if you've been doing spiritual work a long time, or awakened or aware, we all still do this from time to time, or, you know, it is extremely challenging to surrender to our humanity, our imperfections, however you want to say it. Of course, the term surrender means everything is perfect now. And then so to say, I surrender to the perfections of my imperfections is again this card of like, this and that are true. You are perfect and everything is perfect, and yet we still continue to desire growth, and we still desire to shift into a greater state of knowing. This is a very spiritual reading. His heart is leading him to a place beyond wounding, to a place beyond his thoughts, to his heart. It literally says that. And I want to follow my heart. I want to, but the wounds in my heart that make me not trust love stop me. So, where in your heart do you stop yourself from trusting yourself? This is the granular stuff they're talking about with the sand, okay? We all have thresholds, and events are transpiring right now that are pushing us to our deepest fears. in my life too, yes. How willing are you to be in the trust of the universe, to be in the trust of spirit, of yourself, to create? If it's leading you, if you're being led down the darkest tunnel and you're in pitch blackness, how willing are you to believe that that tunnel will lead you to the brightest light of yourself? Wow. Okay. So I think we got what we came for there. That was a very, very beautiful message. As I've been hearing for a while that they want to speak on things. I believe that what I've just talked about is at the core of what they want to speak about. Of course, it's not going to be said in these words. It's going to be said in their words. It's going to be the journey of learning these things about themselves in a much more 3D manner, okay? So I speak usually in 5D and I try to translate it as best I can to like what's going on here. I saw the Taurus card and they kind of highlighted to me that bring it down to earth more. And because I'm being very elevated in the way I'm looking at it today. Because they gave us the card of seeing the bigger picture. They are wanting you to see the bigger picture. And sometimes when we talk in very broad terms, like all of these trust issues, and we have a very hard time seeing it in the action. So they're kind of like, slow it down, stretch it out. Don't go so fast. But also, there's kind of no time to waste when it happens. I don't know how to explain that. Don't overreact. One of the things that came through in the very beginning of this journey was the understanding for me that in this realm of the soul, there's no time. Time is irrelevant. That's why there's so many weird things in the 3D regarding time, or age, or distance. All of these 3D things, or gender, or racial differences, all of these things don't matter in the realm of the soul. They don't. But in our daily life, it matters. And part of that trusting is like, in every twin flame dynamic, there is something that is like, from the outside looking in, this looks a lot different than it feels on the inside. And there is a fear somehow of something regarding judgment. Mostly what it boils down to is like the fear of judgment on you as, what type of person am I from somebody looking at me? What type of person are they going to think that I am? That's the ego, right? Of course, there's every dynamic you can imagine. And a lot of the time, those dynamics are very disruptive to our structures, to our family, to our job, to our church, spiritual, to our culture, to people or things that are important to us. And a lot of the time, we're being asked to look at Why is this foundational structure, what is this? Why is this foundational structure so important to us if it really can't support us? Does that mean you need to like give it up? No, it doesn't. But you need to understand the role of the foundations in your life. If, you know, they're defining you and they can't really accept who you are, that's a problem inside of you, right? That's the mirror of, well, we only accept people that conform to our judgments, is how they're bringing it around. Because, you know, we always have to understand that twin flames are here to deconstruct paradigms regarding exclusions that were based on a lot of false understanding of how people are spiritually that may have served them at that time. Oh my goodness. But don't serve us anymore. Okay, so we had South Node again. I bring it up earlier with those cards. Virgo. So we have the Virgo full moon, 8th house, endings and beginnings. Libra, balancing. Grand Cross, provoker. And then again, with the Nautilus shell, this is from a different deck. 12th house, Pisces, escape. Air element, communicating. Remember how I said that was so important? Venus, love. Jupiter, benefits. Saturn, truth. You're going to find great benefit in being able to speak your truth about love right now. We have Mercury, the mind, which rules Virgo. 10th house, the world. Blackman, Lilith. Mystery, 6th house, routine. Cancer, I feel. And 3rd house, messages. So, yeah, these are very powerful cards. Capricorn, I use, which is an interesting energy, right? To come through, because there's a crumbling of a certain dynamic between men and women of using each other for certain things and not having like a heart-to-heart relationship. All right, I say stop. So on the bottom of the deck is compassion, as we talk about heart-to-heart in sitting in the lotus, holding a lotus over her heart. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone, right? So I was just talking about foundations crumbling that are based on judgments and exclusions, and our move in Aquarius towards being able, so we're talking again about the dark tunnel, about being able to accept everyone's authenticity and being able to accept that the billionaire or the homeless person, okay, I feel pain in my heart. So I know this is collectively a very hard topic. This is a very hard topic. Billionaire or homeless person, same energy, same spiritual energy, experiencing vastly different frequencies in terms of money, self-worth. The acceptance that we come here to choose to evolve our self-worth in certain ways, and we are in control of how do we want to show up for our incarnation, right? That's why they're bringing it back to, in the beginning, we talked about, let me get it, I forget what I channel, and then they're trying to bring it back up, and I'm like already moved on to a new place. It has nothing and everything to do with you at the same time, okay? So I brought this up yesterday. It's I love this quote from Abraham Hicks. It's one of the truest things I think I've ever heard. It's that we are so free that we can choose bondage. We can choose a bondage of great wealth. We can choose a bondage of extreme poverty. And so, on a personal note, I just want to say I fully believe that we can manifest whatever we want. Do life circumstances play a role? Yes, they do. Like, I do believe that as a person right now in this world, there's inequality, there's unfairness, and there's horrible circumstances sometimes that to come to teach us great lessons, right? The very dark tunnel, where when you are forced into a dark tunnel, that you must figure out you're the light. And that it is the fear keeping you in the darkness. Is that a fun thing to go through? No, it is not. There's many different levels of tragedy and inequality, unfairness. Do I think that we should just allow anything to go on? No, I don't. But we are talking here not about the extremes of horrible things that happen. That we're talking about personal choices regarding where we want to place ourselves in this world. Okay, so I don't want you to, Abraham Hicks talks about this a lot, about that belief. Anyway, it's too long of a thing to go into, and if you feel like you want to explore that on your personal level, I went through a very long period where I had to explore that. Like, why do bad things happen to good people? Why do good things happen to bad people? I had to go through all of those scenarios and understand them from like a macro and a very granular level. I don't think that I'm fully there, but let's keep going, because they want you to understand that there's right now a very big emphasis placed on how are we more alike than we're different. And that doesn't negate that cultural history, histories that are based on shared struggle aren't valid, because they are. But you have to determine if that's how you want to identify yourself. And if you want to hold on to struggle, or you want to embrace your own emancipation from your fear, that somebody telling you you're not enough in whatever form that comes, societal, parental, friend group, school, work, whatever, however, do you want to submit to that, or do you want to emancipate yourself for that? They're using that word in particular in relationship to, we are so free, we can choose bondage. Oh, this has got a really big charge to it in this conversation. So we're going to pick some cards here. You are in unconditional love. Love yourself, others, in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. So this is what Divine Feminine is heading towards. That we can become unconditional love. Masculine has blossoming. That's a really beautiful card. I don't think I've picked before, but very interesting with the whole Blue Lotus thing. You are just getting started. Have patience with yourself and the process, and do not give up. And oh, that's pretty. Ostara. So that's like the Easter celebration in Christianity. Fertility. It is perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. And then we have bossed, independent on the bottom. All those rose petals falling down. Your independence is, you can't make this stuff up. You cannot. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. So I just had a big long conversation about foundations. what do you want your foundation of truth to be? You're going to have to personally figure that out for yourself. And does that align, whatever you're choosing, with when you say you want unconditional love? Is there an alignment there? Because, you know, it is my understanding that only twins can unconditionally love each other at this point in our evolution, frequency-wise, is what I'm talking about. Ancient wisdom and self-love. So becoming a master teacher in self-love. All right, you have ancestors. He has empowerment, and in between we have spiritual awakening and past life. Bottom of the deck we have flexibility and relaxation, which is, I always find Aquarius to be so full of contradictions in a way, because it is the water bearer, but it is a fixed sign, and it is an air element. We're not in Aquarius anymore, we're in Pisces. So Pisces is, you know, very much about ancestors, past lives, what's been carried down, spiritual lineage, and then being able to get your, you know, first of all, it is the oldest, you know, in terms of, it represents, you know, 80 and beyond or something like that. But interesting. It is a mutable sign. There is flexibility in it. Mary Magdalene again. And then the twins on the bottom with Kuan Yin again. So interesting. You have Lord Shiva, transcendence, rise up, honor your inner force, steps are being given, dance with the universe. He has Joan of Arc, voice of truth, stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. Very interesting. Then we have teacher awakens here. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call and don't let anything stop you. Bottom is that sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Isn't that interesting? Remember that love has no boundaries. And then we have Earth and Air, Omega, Golden Christed, and Silver Dragon. So you have represents a perfect balance of heaven and earth. Stay balanced, ground your visions, manifest your hopes and dreams. He has Omega Dragon, harness the divine feminine power of creation. Intention, hold your vision, birth a higher consciousness. And in the Golden Christed Dragon, we have brings you higher love so that you embody the Christ light. Absorb the Christ light. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain fifth dimensional. And the Silver Dragon, which has the flaming key, right? Which is the Chiron in Aries. Eliminates your potential with higher light. Access untapped resources. Look into your soul and see higher possibilities. You have reflection. He has trust. You have playfulness and giving thanks. And bottom of the deck is transformation. So give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that will all work out for the best. He has trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. Together you have playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together. And remember, love is the greatest healer. And then transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Woo! That was a really meaty reading. It had a lot in it. I hope it helped you. I hope there's guidance in it for you. I would so love that if you would like, share, subscribe, or do some kind of energy exchange to help me grow. And I have readings available if you're interested. And I may do a full moon 11/11 ceremony. We shall see. So keep an eye out for that if you want it. And yeah, bye for now.